Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? I hope you guys had a great week this week. We had, it started out great. We had the recap on Monday, but the rest of the week was nothing to write home about. I didn't get to do any recaps this week on YouTube. I did them in the room, but I had webinars on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Wednesday, Tesla just took us for the long ride. It was a lot of work to get this Tesla thing done. It really surprised me on earnings, but I've got an idea of why Tesla is doing what it's doing. But we'll talk more about that on Sunday. We'll cover the market analysis for this previous week, look at what's in store for us this week, and build a watch list. And also we will talk about earnings. We'll get you the inside scoop on some of the most anticipated earnings that are coming out next week. That's all Sunday in our session. If all you BBT members, if you're around on Sunday about 9 o'clock in the morning, just come in our chat room and we'll be talking about all of this, building our swing trade watch list, and also sign up for the newsletter because I give you a narrative of what we talked about in the session and the information on the earnings, the most anticipated stocks that are reporting earnings next week. So just come in on Sunday and I can get you fixed up with that. So this week, we can see it's been a big tug of war. Okay, here's a big move on Monday that we talked about. Tuesday, inside day. Wednesday, Thursday, basically inside days. I know Wednesday kind of popped out of it a little bit, but most of the trading was done inside of this candle that printed on Monday. Today, it looks like the bulls got tired of playing games and they kind of seized control of the market, closed it at the high, closed above the 5-day moving average for the first time this week, which is a bullish sign. The 5-day moving average is the most aggressive moving average we look at on a daily chart. Here's the 10-day. We were attacking the 10-day. The market's kind of flat now for the last hour. Ever since the market closed, basically been trading sideways. Don't really see anything moving on it. But again, we're going to talk and look a little deeper into why we saw this action on Sunday. So you guys make sure, you members, make sure you come in if you're around, and we'll talk about it then. So looking at where we're at for this week. Now, before you guys get confused, these are not trades on Saturday. This is the total for the week. So no trades on Saturdays. This is just the total price for the week. You'd be surprised how many people ask me where I traded on Saturday. And no, I'm not trading cryptocurrencies. I don't own 1 cent or 1/10,000th of a coin of any kind. But you can look at this week, about average for red days. This was a little bit larger than it should have been. Today was a big struggle, but we'll look at today. We're going to recap today's action. But it's been an interesting month. I was looking so forward to earnings. I thought Friday we brought it back. We brought it around. Came back Monday, solid Monday, and then the bottom fell out. I don't even know what happened. I started the week $2,400 and I ended the week only making $1,900. It just gave way too much of it back. But we'll be looking to right the ship next week. And here's the first equity curve I'm pulling out for 2022. These are the first 4 weeks of the year. Just doing 2 weeks or 3 weeks, just even 4 weeks doesn't really paint a good picture, but it does show that we are headed in the right direction. So all I care about, I don't care about the P&L. I don't care about how much money I make. All I care about is my equity curve, and is it going in the right direction, or is it flattening out? Then that's going to tell me that there's either something wrong with me and my trading, or I need to adapt my strategies to the market. I need to look closer at that. So that's where we're at right now. We ended up 92.0408, almost a $10,000 a month. That's not bad. That's not bad trading with small size and trying to teach you how to grow your account. This is all the strategies that I trade, the risk management system that I try to teach you guys. This is what makes money. This is what can keep you from trying to figure out why you have these 3 or 4 good trades a week, a month, but at the end of the month you have no money. That's what we're trying to figure out and get you guys on the right track. So that's where we are so far this year. Now, today, oh my God, today started out crazy. And I tell you, I had to apologize because this market drove me completely insane. It started out just awful. Here's the opening range breakdown on CVX. Here's the opening range low that we've got here. It pretty much lined up with the pre-market low, so everything looked good. And so we broke through. I take it short. That's the strategy. I take it short. It starts to move down, and then it gets ripped back up. I mean, look, this is trending down. This gap down on earnings. We held the support. So, yeah, once we break it, we should be selling. But it didn't. It got bought up. And then we finally got a leg down. But you can see it really didn't go anywhere. It really didn't get to go much farther. Just barely $1 from the opening range low. So very disappointing here on CVX. And I don't typically trade oil and gas stocks, and you will not see me trade one in the near future. The only reason I picked this, it was on earnings. We had a pretty significant move down. We had some good room on the daily chart. Just didn't work itself out. The next trade I took was AFRM. This one was moving pretty good. And honestly, I was looking long on this, but it took me short at the open. And I was kind of irritated by CVX. And I let this kind of cloud my judgment. So I got in. Obviously, it didn't work. I turned around and got out. So the first 2 trades of the day, garbage. This one, I think, I traded the strategy right. There's nothing wrong with this other than my bias was to the long side on this. It was not to the short side. But this opening candle, this big sell candle, and then this follow-up candle really, it convinced me that we were selling off. And if I saw it Monday, I would still take the same trade. So these first 2 trades, nothing I did wrong. They just didn't work. Bottom line, you're going to have trades that don't work. These happen to be the 2 stocks on my watch list that didn't work. There were other stocks on my watch list that did. And the members that chose those stocks made money. I chose these and I didn't make a damn penny. So started out just in the hole completely. Then Netflix came along, and let's get this one. Okay, this was the opening range low, and this was the pre-market low right here. So, this thing sold off. This was after 10 o'clock. We sold through the pre-market low. I waited for confirmation, which is this candle to close and then this candle to make a new low. So that's what I did here. I got in, ended up getting some profit here, stopped me out at break even. So I'm thinking that we're gonna turn around and go back up. So of course I decided to go long on this. We pull back. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm gonna scalp. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Scalping, I shouldn't be scalping at all. But I'm buying this thinking that I'm gonna get take some off up here at the 20, maybe the VWAP, and then try to catch this when it comes back down. Well, I ended up buying it. It did pull all the way back. It did not close below this level, so it didn't take me out. And then it ripped back up, and I ended up getting some profit here. But I didn't take all of my position off. I had like 25 shares. And what I did was I was like, okay, when we get over the 50, I'm going to add for a move up to the 100. I added, and of course, in Ed fashion, Ed the average Joe trader fashion, as soon as I added, the damn thing turned around. It took me out. We had this little pullback, and then it ripped up to where I was trying to trade it. So, just very, very frustrating here that I, had to stop out here at break even after I added back to my little position. So I didn't really make any money off of the ad here. Didn't cost me anything, but I didn't make anything on it. So we had this big pullback. Ask me why I shorted it. I could not tell you why. Other than I saw the market selling. I thought we were going to sell off into the close. So I got it short. And wasn't really paying attention. Started doing other stuff like I always do. And next thing I know, the market reversed on me. And I'm sitting here with my mouth wide open trying to figure out what happened. So I'm like, okay, I know how to deal with this. Eventually, it's going to run into resistance and pull back. It's probably not going to come all the way back here. But when it reverses, I can add to it. And if we get a 40 to 50% retracement, I can at least get back out at break even or minimal loss. Well, it started to work. And then it got bought up, stopped me out, pulled back. This only gave me about a 30% retracement at the most. But it bounced. And so I said, well, hell, I'm going long. Once we got inside this 5-minute opening range low, I got long. And, I got profit here. And right after the close. And then finally it went up. And it hit 385 and took me out of the rest with the last 100 shares I had. But not a very good trade here. So SQ was a halfway decent trade. I just got spooked out of this. My trading today was a product of me having unrealistic expectations at the open. I had 2 solid setups. I expected both of them to work. They didn't. I got pissed off, irritated, and so I traded really bad this morning. So here I was getting a reversal here and got spooked out because I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing. Ended up taking it off instead of letting it go up because I didn't want to be wrong. And I didn't want to lose any more money. So I took it off, and then it's turned around and started working, and I realized that was stupid. So I got in, took my profit where I wanted to. This would have been a really nice trade if I had held it from here. But I got in, took some profit here, then it stopped me out. Got back short here, had to, hold through the bounce. This was trending down. You can clearly see that we were in a downtrend. You could clearly see that. So as long as we were trending down, I was gonna, trade this. So I got short here, held it, took profit at the 50 like I wanted to. Then it bounced and stopped me out. But I wasn't gonna short into this. I waited until we got under the 100, took it down to the 50. Took it down to the 200. And it kind of bounced off of red to green here, or yesterday's close price, and then I ended up getting stopped out. So a bunch of little base hits here is what I ended up with. So what do I have here? So what I ended up with, and I'll show you. What we ended up with today, really, really bad. 565 was a loss on AFRM. Netflix, out of all of that crap, I ended up down $141.02. SQ, the series of base hits, 390.69. And then the CVX trade this morning was 363 hit. So these two are right. I gave AFRM $1. I was in 500 shares. I gave it $1. Didn't work, took it off. CVX, I gave it $1. I was in 300 shares, took it off. So nothing wrong with that. The one I really screwed up on was Netflix. But that's something for me to work on over the weekend. So that wraps it up. That's how I ended up with 678.76 this week. Today, which kind of hurt me for the week, but hey, that's fine. We're still green. We're still in the game. And I will catch you guys. If I don't see you on Sunday, I'll see you guys back at it on Monday morning.